Hello, my name is Greta Harrison. Welcome to Born Fabulous Podcast, episode 15 of season 2. The theme of this season is changing the world one friendship at a time. You will hear interviews with best friends. One person happens to have a disability and the other does not. This episode is the last of a 4-part interview with Kayla McKeon and her best friend, Rachel Burns. Kayla McKeon is famous for being the first professional lobbyist with Down syndrome. She is the manager of grassroots advocacy for the National Down Syndrome Society. She hosts a podcast called Kayla's Corner for NDSS, which I highly recommend. She is also a keynote speaker and a college student. Kayla's best friend, Rachel Burns, is a professional hairstylist and the proud mother of 2 sons. She and Kayla have been best friends for about 18 years. Rachel does not have a disability. In this episode, Kayla and Rachel will talk about Kayla's interesting employment journey. Please enjoy the short clip of Love is a Potion. The lyrics are by Melissa Riggio, who was the focus of episodes 1 through 4 in season 1. The music and voice are by Rachel Fuller. When you guys met at the salon, Kayla, how did you even end up at the salon? Did you just want to work there? How did this even happen? That job, your first job. Everybody likes to hear about a first job. Let's hear about your first job.
Was it my first job? I can't remember.
Well, you were 16, so I'm going to assume it was your first. Yep.
Actually, it was when I was a little baby and my mom was getting her hair done. Well, not baby, but baby-ish, I want to say. My mom was getting her hair done by another one of our co-workers then, and I always went with her with a book in my hand, because I'm very much an avid reader, and that's how I met Rachel when I was, younger than 16.
Yeah, because you had been coming to the salon for years with your mom.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this when we first met when I can't remember how old, but I was much younger than 16.
Yeah.
But it was 16 when I got my first position with paparazzi. I think I was feeding Kate questions asked me at that time because we were both sick. And it turned out well because I started working there after that.
Yeah.
And then, of course, our boss, Robert, go, okay, so what's going on today? What are we doing today?
Right.
So I want to make sure I understand this right. You got the job on your own. You just went there and asked.
Pretty much.
Pretty much. You didn't have to have anybody intervene for you.
No.
You did not have a job coach.
No, it was just me and my mom. My mom was getting her hair done. I asked, can I work here? And then they go, oh, we have to go through, the questions and the hiring process. And it worked itself out. It was perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, that's pretty cool.
I loved it. And I still, when I go get my hair done, I'm always having a book with me.
Always a book.
Always a book. Always some sort of book, if not schoolwork now. And the last time, I think Giovanna, one of Rachel's co-workers, where's Kayla? Where's her book?
Right.
Well, that's why you were such a good student, right?
Pretty much,
Yep.
Yeah. I'm a good student.
And you
a good friend.
Yes.
Yeah, that's really cool. And so that's your first job. Now, how about you worked there for such a long time?
14 years.
14 years, which is a really long time to stay at your first place of employment for a young person. So that's really cool. But you did that, and then you went to NDSS. They asked you to work for them. How did that?
Well, I had other jobs before I came before NDSS hired me on. But I also worked as a post stand for some time until they let me go. And then I worked at Modern Mall.
Oh, yeah.
And that was a lot of fun. I was the hostess. So I got to see people. So it was on a Sunday when it was at its busiest.
Yes.
And I had no idea Rachel was coming in. And she sat at one of my co-workers' tables at that time. And sometimes I was able to food run once in a while. So I'm like, my friend is here. Can I please bring her effects? And they're like, of course. So I was able to serve her, and I think it was your son, or was it just you?
I think Aiden was with me.
Yeah, and her son Aiden was with her, and I was able to serve them her food. Taking sips of her coffee now and then.
Was it coffee that you were taking sips of?
No. It was a mimosa.
And how old were you, Rachel? I mean, how old were you, Kayla?
What was it, like 5 years ago?
I want to say.
Yeah. So you were.
Okay.
She was of legal drinking age.
She was of legal drinking age.
When she sipped my mimosa, yes.
That's cute. So, okay, so you had, after you left the salon, you had a few other jobs.
Correct.
But how did NDSS even know about you? How did they know about you?
Well, I was a volunteer with NDSS, and with Special Olympics, we have Hill Day. We go up on the hill. You converge on the hill to talk about what's important to us, and talk about employment. So when I was interning for my local congressman, John Cacco, for 2 years, I like to say that lobbying found me in this capacity because he led me into a roundtable discussion about employment and the disability in the workforce. I had no idea it was NDSS at all until the president then asked me to work for them. But they were more talking to my mom at that point. Mom said, "Don't talk to me. Go talk to her." So when I came over, I was asked to work with them. And because I haven't lived on my own before, it was all new and didn't know what was expected of me. So, and I needed the experience to do that. So I was living with my boss at the time, and I lived there for a couple of, like 5-6 months at least. That's when I had my goodbye party before I moved to DC to accept the job full time. And then I got homesick. So I came back, and that was the best of both worlds, where I work with NDSS. I travel all the time, but I'm staying home. And this is the best, and this is where I can see Rachel. This is where I can see all my friends and family, because I miss my social life here in Syracuse pretty much. And this is the best where I can do both.
That is a cool story, Kayla.
Thank you.
That is a very cool story. And so when you were interning with the congressman? Is that what you were doing?
Yes, I interned for Congressman John Cacco, the 24th District, and where I did lots of office duties and attended a citizenship awards on his behalf. And before I became a lobbyist, he asked me to come to his re-election campaign and party, which was pretty cool, by the way. But there was I made friends that way too, and I was able to hang out with them. And right before he had to give his speech, he was stuck in the elevator, taking a selfie. And he can go, "Oh, I'm sorry, the firemen had to come and rescue us from the elevator." But anyway, he won and gave his speech, and it was wow. And that's how I like to say that. That's how I got my foot wet with politics to begin with.
That is so really all of these opportunities that you've had, you kind of made them for yourself.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And see, that's a powerful example for everybody, because I think, as you know, we live in a world where a lot of people think that the example you gave in high school, where you had to hold the hand in high school.
Yeah, I did not. I did not do that.
Yeah, we live in a world where a lot of employers think, I have to have this job coach, and I have to have them more than, and I'm not anti-job coach, so I want to say that. But sometimes job coaches are there too much. And so that's what, so you're giving such a great example of how you just made this path yourself. Now, I know you have a strong family, and I know you have a good education behind you, so I'm not negating any of that. But Kayla, you are a force.
I try. All I want is my job.
I don't even think you have to try. I think it's you. I think it's in you. I think it's your spirit.
Like what Lisa said.
Yeah, that, you know what, and I think really like, your parents never allowed you to use Down syndrome as an excuse. You know, it was always, you know, that's just part of her. She can do whatever, you know, and they pushed you, like, go do it, you know.
Do it.
Yeah, which
I look at.
Yeah, absolutely. And with you know, when my nephew Riley was born with Down syndrome, you know, it was I took that, and it was like, you know, and I'll tell my sister-in-laws a lot, like, no, let him do it. You know, it's fine. You know, like he you know,
he's capable of doing what he sets his mind to.
Exactly, he's capable. So in that aspect, I think it's helping me now with my nephew, just by how your parents raised you. You know, so I think that's really been helpful.
It really has, and my parents are the best.
They really are.
They really are. I love the support and everything they do for me. They have my back 110%, and I give that back to them, where I have their back 110%.
Well, they have your back, you have their back, and I think you treat your friends like that too, right?
I do, yes.
Yeah, that's just really cool. So, have I missed anything? Is there anything you can think of that I have missed about you guys, either individually or your story together?
No, I don't think so.
No.
You guys are awesome.
Thank
you.
So
are you. Thank you.
You are really, really good. Kayla, you are a professional. And Kayla, you are the only guest that I've had. Now, I have a very short career so far doing this, but I can even think in the near future, you're the only guest who's actually got their own podcast that I've had. And you've had some very, very interesting podcasts. So people, listeners, I want to tell you, if you've missed it, one of the great things about her podcast is they're short. They're about 15 minutes, and they're so impactful. They're always with very influential people who are making a difference in the world, whether it's in government or in their business life or on the board of NDSS. And they're very important. So Kayla, you're just changing the world every single day with your smile, just like Mary Tyler Moore. You're changing the world with your smile. So thank you. Thank you for listening to Born Fabulous Podcast's 15th episode of Season 2. I hope you enjoyed it and want to hear more. If you would like to see this episode, it is available on YouTube and on bornfabulouspodcast.com. The friendship between Kayla and Rachel is a joy to see as well as hear. In episode 16, you will meet Intelligent Live star Micah Fialka Feldman and his best friend, Tori Cedar. To see some photos and videos of Kayla and Rachel, or to sign up for our email list, please go to www.bornfabulouspodcast.com. Please like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, find us on Twitter at podcastborn, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're also on Pinterest. I'd be honored if you would leave a review on Apple Podcasts. Now, please enjoy this clip of Love is a Potion. The lyrics are by Melissa Riggio, who was the focus of episodes 1 through 4 in Season 1. The music and voice are by Rachel Fuller.